I'm Hannah.
I'm Morgan.
And welcome back
To Love Drunk Book Club.
to the book club. We are going to be talking about book to movie adaptations.
Or adaptations in
adaptations in general.
Yay!
So, this is going to be, 40 minutes of Morgan talking about Twilight.
I was gonna recoil it up first. I was about to be like, let's get the elephant out of the room.
Discovery of Witches. And Scout is also here. She's
Yes.
just running around my house since we filmed another one today, but that's going up after this one does in a month.
Get ready for that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
We
It
talk
was a lot
about
for us too.
We talk about Credence. So if you have not read it yet, read it so you can
Credence by Penelope Douglas.
talk about it with us.
Yes.
And I didn't mention it in the last one, but we do have,
Or the next one.
I guess in any of them, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Right.
We have a Twitter.
Yes.
Morgan has a Twitter, I have a Twitter, and the book club has a Twitter. Morgan has a channel, and we both have Goodreads. And I do
Yay.
try to link everything down below. If I'm missing anything, just tell me what you want, and I'll put it in there. So what's your favorite and least favorite of all
Okay.
the adaptations?
Favorite? I mean, obviously, the clear answer is Harry Potter.
Oh.
But the true answer is Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, like, I've probably seen the Twilight movies. Well, I've definitely seen the Twilight movies more times than I've read the books. I've read each
Sure.
book probably 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more for the earlier ones. Like
Yeah.
Twilight itself, I probably read like 6 or 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of 10 years, many of those were just like rereading back to back to back in the height of my obsession.
Sure.
But the Twilight movies, so easy to binge, so easy to watch,
They
so
are.
easy to make fun of.
They used to be on Hulu. I don't think they are anymore.
They're constantly on like ABC Family.
I know, but like to stream,
Mhm,
I would just
yeah.
watch them with my.
Yeah, I had like
Roommate's
all of them
fiancé.
on DVD. Like I would get them like every year for Hanukkah. I would like
So how many do you have? Oh, like one movie each?
yeah,
Okay.
like the
I
years
was
that
like-
they were coming out.
Yeah.
No, not like every year, but yeah, Twilight. I think the last New Moon, Eclipse, and both Breaking Dawns, I feel like got a little bit more like commercial Hollywood, the commercial Hollywood treatment.
Mhm.
But I honestly feel like the original Twilight movie
with that blue tone.
with that blue tin making everybody look dead.
Yeah. Relatable.
Has like not good but some artistic merit. Like it was made by like I don't know a not less well-known director, but I just feel like there was more thought put into it and it's a more faithful adaptation.
I would say that in the lineup of Twilight, the last 2 are my top,
Yeah.
and it probably goes. I would say yeah, those, and then in reverse order. For
Really?
me.
Twilight's definitely my favorite.
So New Moon is worse than Twilight, just story-wise. I don't like that.
What and I can't think of like a worst.
I can't think of a worst either.
'Cause I still like to watch them even if they're bad. You know?
That's true. I don't even know my favorite. Let me look at my bookshelf since my phone's in the other room.
I mean, one that we watched recently in theaters was The Goldfinch.
The Goldfinch.
So we can talk about that
I
if you want for a
love-
second.
That's true. That's probably, actually,
Really? That's your favorite adaptation?
I would say off the top of my head, one of my favorites.
Wow. There's a lot of movies that I've watched that I love that I probably didn't know were adaptations of
Yeah, I
books.
would say almost everything is an adaptation or like inspired by something.
Yeah.
Because we just watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's
Based on a book.
based on a book. Oh, almost anything Disney is based on a book. or,
Legally
like, a
Blonde is
story.
based on a book.
It was based on a book.
I love book to movie adaptations. Worst. Percy Jackson.
I don't get that. I don't understand the hate.
The problem is they made changes that didn't make sense. Like, obviously, there are always changes between books and movies.
Okay, but what didn't make sense?
Well, they just added, like, unnecessary plot just to, like, throw in extra action scenes that, like, weren't necessary.
Like what?
Well, like, them having to go to different, like, all the different monuments to collect the pearls.
They did have to do that.
No, they didn't. They're given the pearls.
No, they have to go and find them. That's the quest. Yeah, they have to go find them.
Wasn't the quest just to get the sword back?
They have to go to the underworld, so they have to get the stones or the pearls so they can come back.
Yeah, but that's not like the quest. They do like other things on the quest, and then the movie made the pearls the quest.
It didn't make the pearls the quest. It was still, they were looking for the thunderbolts.
Yeah. I
don't get the hate. I don't agree with it.
I really disliked the movie. I was extremely... this isn't a book, I guess. It's not a book. I was going to say Avatar The Last Airbender live action movie. That's not based on a book. That's based on an animated TV show. Never mind. I take it back.
Okay.
Still the worst movie I've ever seen, though.
I think almost all of the City of Bones adaptations have been bad.
Never in my life
read
consumed
it, I know.
any City of anything media.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I might be in the camp that it's like if everybody complains about one little thing
Mm-hmm.
and it gets all this hate, like why would directors, why would Hollywood want to make these movies
Mm-hmm.
at all?
Yeah, I guess.
It gets this backlash for no reason. So I'm kind of,
Yeah.
where it's like, why would they even make them? They could, okay. She had her arms
She's
up.
like standing up against the window, like...
She likes to look outside, but she has not been outside. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Like, why I don't feel the need to.
I mean,
I don't feel the need to hate on anything
yeah.
because it's not that
It's like not that
it's
deep.
not that deep
Yeah.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
I get people can ride or die. These series have changed their lives, but I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
know.
care about Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter. I know a lot of people have problems with some of the movies. Like,
I don't
a
care.
lot of people really just like Dumbledore's like delivery of that one line in Goblet of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Harry, did you put your name in? Like, I have never in my life cared about that.
No.
I honestly have like no complaints about the movies, which a lot of Harry Potter fans like can't agree with because they're like, oh, I hate this movie. They did this so stupid. Like, why did they cut like the Death Day party in Chamber of Secrets? And I'm like,
I don't even know what that means.
I love the Harry Potter movies. I think they were incredibly well done. I think they like the tone of them shifts over time, like as the books shift with tone, and and they had like multiple different directors, and I think that they've all done a great job. I don't know. I really like the Harry Potter movies, and I think those are some quality adaptations. Although probably they could have done Half-Blood Prince a little bit better. But again, I've only read Half-Blood Prince once because it's the only book that I don't own.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Well, and I think for the Dumbledore thing, actors couldn't do like 10 to 30 takes.
Yeah.
I would say on delivering like one line, one sentence.
And it's up to like the people editing
exactly.
it to choose which
so if
take they're gonna
he
use.
did it whichever way,
they probably picked what was going to be more dynamic.
yes, what would
Visually.
be more impactful. Yeah. So
Yeah. There's a lot of books that I read. I can't remember what it is right now, but sometimes I read a book and I'm like, this would be better as a movie. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. That's one that I read recently. I hated the book.
yeah.
It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever read, but just like, I didn't like the dialogue. I thought it was really stiff. I did like just a lot of the characterization of the main characters I just thought wasn't as strong as the movie.
Sure.
And I saw the movie first. I thought the movie did
It's a great,
really
great
good
movie.
job, like with the characters, with the dialogue, with the story, with the background, like with the whole world. It like narrows down the story to like be really like on target for like what it's supposed to be doing. Again, also my favorite scene from the movie is not in the books, so like that's another thing that's maybe just
Which
like
one?
I really like the mahjong scene.
Oh
at the
yeah,
end.
you told me about that.
Yeah, so my favorite scene is not in the book, which is like fine, but the movie is one of those things where it took the source material and translated it and elevated it.
Yeah, the goldfinch.
Yeah.
You have said many times that you have no interest in reading the book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read the book.
Um,
I liked the movie though.
the movie was good. I think I figured out that Ansel was going to be in the movie, and so I wanted to read the book, but didn't finish the book by the time the movie came out. So I think we were sitting in the theater, and I was like, I didn't know what was, so I was just, But what did you think about that? Just as a movie.
I really like the story. I love stories where like there's art at the center of it. Like the heart of it is art. I do think the movie was a little ridiculous at some points in that it took itself a little too seriously. So like some of it was very, very melodramatic. But I did really like it. I think it told the story really well. I thought Ansel has a great crying face. Just the ugly sobbing.
Him. Like that book is it's a very long book. It's very long, very like Stephen King-esque in the description, or just the long-windedness.
Yeah.
Where you'll read like 2 chapters about a person who never shows up again. But it's not like that. But it's close. There's been a lot of Stephen King adaptations, I feel like.
I've never seen a Stephen King adaptation.
Not a one?
Not a single one.
I've read a lot of his stuff and I've seen a lot of it, I think. But
the only Stephen King book I've read, actually I've read 2 now. I've read, that's a lot. More than I was expecting.
That's fine.
I read Christine and I read The Institute. And Christine obviously has an adaptation.
It does.
I haven't watched it.
It's not a great, well,
I mean, it's like a oldie.
It's an old movie. I have seen it. Not my favorite adaptation, I feel like. But, okay, back to The Goldfinch.
Yes.
There's a lot of, and I think that's just a Donna Tartt thing, that she really likes drugs. I don't know about her as a person, but in her writing,
she's like, are they alive? They're doing drugs.
They're doing drugs.
I hope they make an adaptation of Ninth House.
I don't know.
I think that would be a really cool, like dark adult animated show. If it's live action or animated, probably live action. I will watch any Ninth House adaptation. I was very into that book. Oh my god, do you want some of my wine?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll pour my own. It just scared me. I don't know what was happening.
No.
Hi, little baby. What are you doing downstairs? Don't eat that.
There are some other popular book to movie adaptations that people talk about a lot.
A lot?
I mean, Little Women just came out.
That's true.
I want to reread Little Women.
I'm still thinking about her eating that bug. I'm afraid it's on me. Saoirse Ronan? Not my favorite.
Actress?
I don't think so.
Really?
Maybe not.
I've only seen her in a couple things. I haven't seen like Lady Bird.
I haven't either.
I've seen bits and pieces of Brooklyn. That was really good. And I've seen the Grand Budapest Hotel, which I love.
Maybe I haven't seen her in anything, but I'm just not interested.
Yeah. I really want to see Little Women, but I want to read it first. I read it when I was in 5th grade. I gave a book report presentation on it in class. I did not specify that Joe was a girl and Laurie was a boy.
Yeah.
So halfway through my presentation, somebody went, "Wait, Joe's a girl?" And I laughed so hard I got points off my project.
I know. I've seen the scene on Instagram where it's. I feel like Amy would be my favorite, but I don't remember reading the books if I even did. But she's like, "You took Jo home after she hurt her foot. I would never do that because I have tiny and dainty feet." And she's like, "But I have
never lovely
go
ankles,
home.
The best in the family."
I know. Just whatever's on her
Yeah,
hand.
that's really funny. I think she like burns herself or something.
We should have cut. Okay. Movies. These are old ass movies. Let's see. The Godfather.
Never seen it.
American Psycho.
Never seen it.
Silence of the Lambs.
I've seen that one.
I haven't seen it.
I liked the movie. I don't know if I would read the book.
Wuthering Heights.
I haven't read that.
I had to read that in high school. Yesterday, Rain made a reference to the white whale, and I could not for the life of me think of the name Moby Dick.
Yeah.
We were like walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, "What's it called? What's it called?" And I was like, "Moby Dick."
I've never seen or read Moby Dick.
I haven't either. Let's see.
Oh my god, Heart of Darkness was the worst experience ever.
I bought it because I thought I would have to read it for school. We did not, so I have this tiny ass book.
I have there was one summer in high school where they gave us like Kindles to use over the summer. And we had to read it that year, so I had to read it like on a Kindle. But like that's the only year they ever did that. It was really weird.
I remember my 7th grade history teacher made us watch Gone with the Wind. Well, here she is.
Oh, the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
I read that recently. I read that a long time ago as well. I really liked the movie.
Brokeback Mountain.
I didn't know that was a book.
It's a short story.
Oh. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. You're talking about...
Oh, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I watched that movie when I was probably too young to watch it. I think I was like 12 or 13. And
I'm shocked.
I would say it's graphic.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Goodreads. Let's see what you have to say. The book was better than the movie. The movie was better than the book. The Princess Bride.
The Devil Wears Prada. But yeah, The Princess Bride.
My mom did not like The Devil Wears Prada.
The movie?
The book.
Oh, the book? Well, in the book, Andy's an asshole. Like, in the movie,
like
Andy, like, the main character, is, like, sympathetic. She's trying her best. She's trying to, like, get a job going as a journalist. In the book, Andy is, like, self-absorbed. The Princess Diaries. I forgot about that, too. Pride and Prejudice.
I remember the first, like, erotic book that I read was a Meg Cabot book. But it was, like, a book within a book. Like, Mia wrote a book. And this girl gets kidnapped, and I remember reading it, and she's on a horse, and he's behind her, and he has a boner. And she's like, she says something about, like, are you hiding a knife? And he's like, that is not a knife. And I'm like, how was it?
Oh, The Princess Bride.
Yes.
That's a great book-to-movie adaptation.
Yes. I think the, dare I say, movie did better. I think, because wasn't he was a movie writer.
Yes, he was yeah.
Whatever. Is that the...
Screenplay?
Sure.
Screenwriter?
Yeah.
I don't know, scriptwriter?
Okay.
But I read The Princess Bride last year.
You did.
I would say that the movie did an incredible job with achieving the same kind of parody tone. It's, like, incredible how well they have, like, the sarcastic, self-aware, like, kind of meta tone. I think the movie is great. The difference is the movie is a little bit more on the fairy tale side. The book is a little bit more on the sarcastic parody side. The book goes into a little bit more depth with kind of making fun of itself.
Yeah.
I loved the book.
I've read and seen it, and I read Carrie Elwes's memoir about it, which I really liked.
Yeah, I haven't read that.
It was good. It's nice to just hear about it.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, because it was for something, like a readathon, but I can't remember the name of it.
What? That I read it?
That you read it.
I read it for the Reading Rush last year.
That's what it was. And so I read Dumpling and watched the movie. Movie was a lot better than the book. The book was bad. Book was not good. Bad.
Whoops. Oh, very popular book-to-movie adaptation that I haven't watched, and I'm not going to watch, probably, is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That's like, that was all the rage on Netflix. Like, everybody was watching it.
The sequel's out.
The sequel just came out. So, I mean, I really don't really have any interest in those, but I'm glad that they're so successful.
Dexter was a book series.
I never watched that. Holes is probably one of the best book-to-movie adaptations.
Ella Enchanted is a good one.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Bridge
Pride and Prejudice, 2005 Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
Atonement.
Oh my god, Atonement. I hate that book.
Oh, Mary Poppins was a book?
Probably. Oh yeah, Mary Poppins. Oh, Nanny McPhee was also a book. I read the Nanny McPhee books. I really liked them.
That movie was scary.
Oh, I love that movie.
Coraline.
I love Coraline the movie so much.
Phantom of the Opera.
I've never read or seen Phantom of the Opera.
I have seen the movie.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Which I learned recently. I don't know where or how, but that it was a documentary about Tiffany's, that the Audrey Hepburn's character was like a prostitute.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen the movie.
I mean, it doesn't say, like, but she was like a prostitute.
Huh. Interesting.
So they say, what they told me. Chronicles of Narnia.
I only ever saw the first, like, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I think I saw bits and pieces of Prince Caspian, like, or the Caspian Sea one. But I never, but I read, like, 5 of them.
Yeah.
The Magicians Nephew is my favorite.
The Magicians Nephew, that's what it was. I think I told you. I thought that was, I haven't seen, it's not a movie. I haven't read the book, but I did see a short play.
Oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I liked that book a lot.
Into the Wild with Harrison Ford and that dog.
Oh, that's Call of the Wild.
Oh, damn it.
That's a different book.
Still a movie.
It is.
Time Traveler's Wife. I have seen that movie.
That movie
there it is,
made me cry.
What? That was like my movie.
A Little Princess? I've never heard of that. That's by the same person who wrote A Secret Garden. The Secret Garden, which a movie is coming out of that this year, I think. which is funny. Memoirs of a Geisha, I tried to read, or I like bought the book but never read, but the movie I like watched once as a child and like stuck with me forever.
My Sister's Keeper. I remember, so if I had to say one adaptation that took some creative liberties, what
I don't remember
My
what
Sister's
happens
Keeper.
in the movie, but I remember it being different than the book.
So in the movie, the donor daughter died. In the book, the donor, in the movie, the girl with cancer died.
Those are some creative liberties. When I read My Sister's Keeper, I was visiting my grandmom in Florida, and I had gotten the book from the library at her like community center house for her like 55 and older community. And
You book thief. You're the book thief, which was also a book to movie adaptation.
I didn't steal this one. I just took it to read, but I really wanted to finish reading it because I was really into it, and I stayed up until like 1 a.m. to read it in the bathroom with the lights on because I couldn't like, you know.
Okay.
Sobbed.
Really?
Fucking devastated me. I cried for like an hour, and then I had to like wash my face and go to bed.
The Firm.
What's that? Oh, is that the
Tom
Adjustment?
Cruise movie? No,
Oh.
it's The Firm, but with Tom Cruise. I don't remember who his wife was, but I went through a phase of watching Tom Cruise movies.
Oh.
I don't recall most
The only
of them.
Tom Cruise movie I've ever really watched and appreciated was Day and Night with Cameron Diaz. It's really bad. It's really bad, but I love that movie.
How
It's
the Grinch
so
Stole
stupid.
Christmas. A lot of Dr. Seuss have been.
Yeah. Oh, like Matilda.
True.
That's a great movie adaptation. That's like very loyal to the book.
We have talked about Matilda before.
You've never read it?
No, we talked
You read
about
it?
this.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read it.
Sorry.
You with your Matilda password.
It's so cute. It's my
Um,
favorite book from childhood.
The Boy in Striped Pajamas, that one was really sad.
I was never gonna read that.
No, I don't think.
The Joy Luck Club, I watched the movie and liked it, but I only watched it because my grandma was watching it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you know the True Blood TV show?
I never watched it.
I did. I will say, not knowing the books, but as a paranormal romance readers, HBO was the spot
Yeah.
to put that. Well, that's the one thing. Like, if I were to say, I want, like, even Black Dagger Brotherhood it wouldn't be a true adaptation because it's too sexy.
Yeah, you're right.
It wouldn't be as sexy.
You're right. You know, I was just thinking.
What? Game of Thrones.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that.
I know, but I had to throw it out.
Game of Thrones. That's a good one. When they had source material, a great show, you know, and then they had to like kind of figure it out. Got less good.
For what? Game of Thrones?
Yeah, because for season 7 and 8, they didn't have
True.
a book to base it on. What I was gonna say is 50 Shades of Grey.
You're right.
Those are, in fact, both movie adaptations.
They are.
They do exist.
They do. They're there.
Yeah, they happen.
They happen to us.
Have
We are
you
all
watched
changed.
them?
I have seen them.
I've also seen them.
I don't remember the second one.
The
I
second
haven't
one was
seen
my
this-
favorite
I
book.
I don't know if I've seen the second one, but I've seen the first one. And then I took Merritt and one of her friends to see the third one.
The third one's one of the worst books I've ever read.
And, well, but there's the part where she's at the hearing of her boss. And then Merritt thought that she saw him and then had to throw up. And she didn't realize that she was pregnant. She was so disgusted that she had to barf.
No, those were... You know, I don't own the original trilogy, but I do own the versions from Christian Grey's perspective.
I didn't know that.
She's never released the third one. I'm waiting. What's her name? E.L. James?
Yeah, it's like
E.L.
asking
James, I'm
Marissa Meyer
waiting.
for Midnight Sun.
Stephanie Meyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie Meyer.
Sorry, I'm doing a lot of reading.
Stephanie Meyer, Midnight Sun. 15-year anniversary is this
the
year.
Maze Runner. Those
I never
were
watched
not good.
those. I never watched those. Had no interest in reading that shit.
I will say,
What's his face? O'Brien looked cute though.
he looked dirty. Not my.
Exactly.
He like a little boy.
He was better with the longer hair. When it was shaved, it was like not as
I
cute.
did like it shaved. I like
Oh.
him Teen Wolf days. Less
I
anything else.
watched one single episode of Teen
I know
Wolf
you
my
did.
entire life.
I know. I saw something on Twitter, I think, where it was like Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien are coming back because they see all the white boys you pick.
They're coming back around. It's all cyclical.
Logan Lerman was the
OG.
Was the original white boy.
Was he Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, they did a lot of things wrong, but if they were going to age them up,
sexy.
They did a good job with the casting for Percy. Like, they did a great job with him.
Yeah. The Help.
I never saw that or read that.
So, I mention it because I'm going to put a clip in of Merritt singing a song about The Help. Because so she had to do a book report and then had to do like a presentation about it, and she decided to sing.
A Discovery of Witches is a TV show that they made in England about this series, the All Souls trilogy, which I did not like. I liked the first one, and the first season is like an adaptation of that first book. And I just want to say, I would not recommend it because it's good. But if you kind of want to experience like adult British Twilight vibes with witches and bad special effects and people who like talk really quietly, I recommend A Discovery of Witches. Also, if you're really interested in watching something that has been through the most aggressive blue-orange filter you've ever seen, also recommend A Discovery of Witches. The acting's not awful, except for the guy who plays the main love interest thinks that it's a really good angry face to just open your eyes as much as you can and go, and it's like somebody told him that was okay. I'm just repeating myself from my Bookish Academy Awards video, which is up on my channel. Please watch it. Somebody told me I was funny. That's all the validation I ever needed. And I was out of the book game for so long that a lot of the things that were made movies in the past 6 or 7 years are not books that I've read.
True.
So like, it's hard for me to catch up sometimes. Yeah. Oh, let's talk about the Hunger Games. I've only seen the first Hunger Games movie, but I've been told by everybody there's 4.
Also, side note, Divergent. There are 4. I haven't seen the last ones then.
Yeah, so, but I've heard literally everybody that Catching Fire, the second one, is one of the most faithful, best, well done movie adaptations I've seen like in a long time. Like, it's a really well done adaptation. And the second book was my favorite book. So
I had friends who were obsessed with it, but they were obsessed together.
Yeah,
so
me and my best friend were really into it.
Yeah, and they didn't include anybody else, so I have animosity toward those books that is probably unfounded.
Whoopsies.
But I get that Suzanne did that, but I have no interest in.
I'm gonna read the prequel. Spin-off. I'm gonna buy the sequel. I don't care that it's like $30. I mean, I do care. The Host is a good book, and I will defend it. It's not good in quality, but it's good in
content.
That
was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was weird. That one had Saoirse Ronan in it, didn't it?
I never saw the movie. I thought the movie looked stupid.
The Fault in Our Stars. That one, you weren't, okay. I wasn't on BookTube before this moment. I did miss the John Green peak.
Yeah.
But I was aware of the aftermath.
What was the aftermath?
Everybody was obsessed with him.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this might have been like one of my first audiobooks. So I didn't cry because I was listening to it like at school. But I do love Ansel Elgort.
That's one of my most emotional book and movie experiences. I've told you this story, right?
No.
I read the book on a camping trip with my family, finished it, cried for 45 minutes, laid down in my sleeping bag.
This seems like maybe you have told me. How many stories do you have where you're reading with your family and you cry and then you just go to sleep?
Several. But we see the movie and my family's not all sitting together. It's me and my dad and then my mom and my siblings because it's like a packed theater. We went to a late show and the movie starts. I start sniffling. I lean over to my dad. I'm like, Dad, that's the font from the book. Start crying. I know. I was emotional. The entire movie, I am choking down sobs.
That was like me watching Frozen too.
No.
The whole time.
Literally, the movie ends. I'm like covered in snot. My dad's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, get you some paper towels, clean yourself up. And I was like, okay. Face red. Just purple.
Face red.
just like a tomato. And then we went to Applebee's. Because my parents were like...
Did you tell me this?
Probably.
This
My parents were like, yes, this is what we're going to do now. It's 1 in the morning. Let's go to Applebee's. I was still crying. So that was a great time.
Woof. Let's see. Now we're getting down.
What can I say?
Is it Victor Hugo? I didn't know that.
What? Yeah, by the same guy as Les Mis. We love that. Les Mis and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Written by the same guy.
Oh, Speak by Laurie.
I never saw that movie. Is that Kristen Stewart?
It is Kristen Stewart.
I love that book.
Gone Girl. Did you see that one?
I never saw that movie. I love that book. That book was wild. That's one of the first books that my mom and I both read at the same time. Because my mom's not that big of a reader. Like, my dad was a reader. My mom was not, really. But she read that book with her, like, book club. And I read that book at the same time. That book is wild!
I feel like that's an intro thriller.
Yeah.
It's like, start with this
Extremely popular.
Yes.
Accessible. Like, fun, good twist. You know what it is? What's funny, though?
What?
Because it's been so long since I read it and I remember the whole entire story, I forgot that the twist was that Amy set it all up and is framing her husband. I forgot that was the twist because I just assumed we knew that from the beginning.
Did you see the Murder on the Orient Express movie?
No, but I read that book.
The book was very
see the
dry. The book was hard for me to read.
I love Agatha Christie, so even if it's dry,
that was my first
so
one and difficult.
Really? That's one of her best.
It was hard for me.
Yeah? Huh. My first Agatha Christie book was Cards at the Table, so it's about bridge, so you'd probably also find it dry.
Have you seen the Series of Unfortunate Events show or movie?
I've seen the movie, of course.
The movie did...
I like the movie.
The movie was good. I think that they sped it up.
I mean, yeah, it was the first 3 books in one movie.
Yeah, so I think they did that on purpose.
But the TV show, I'm really bad at watching TV, like when it's like a scripted show. I'm just not really good at it. Like, I'll watch Criminal Minds because it's like so easy to like digest.
Oh my God, you finished A Discovery of Witches in 1 day.
Yeah, but that's because I was like really into it. When I'm not like obsessively into a show, I will basically never finish it. So when it comes to A Series of Unfortunate Events TV show, I think I watched the first 4 episodes of the first season and was like, I'll get back to it, and then I never did.
Never did.
So yeah, if I'm not binging a show, chances are I'm not going to watch it, which is why I have so much trouble watching shows that come out every week.
That was the thumbnail. Man, I can't see. I'm just gonna keep going, finding stuff. This is gonna be the long one.
Ugh, I love wine.
The Road. Wine is so good.
Wine is good. I've never watched The Road.
So I didn't watch the movie. I didn't know there was one maybe, but we had to read this in my senior English class.
Oh, is that the guy who doesn't use like quotation marks?
It's like...
Or periods?
No, it was just... I don't think I have it. I don't think I would have traveled with that motherfucker. But
I'm gonna be honest. I am not really good at reading like alternative...
Because it wasn't in verse, but it was
styles.
like word, page.
Yeah, no.
And it was
That's
woof.
good. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Battle Royale, that's what everybody was like, The Hunger Games is a ripoff of.
Oh.
But then Suzanne Collins was like, yeah, I've never heard of that, but you know what? Great minds think alike. What?
The Vampire Diaries.
Oh, I never watched those or read those.
I'm currently watching.
The only reason I was aware of those is because I was into Degrassi at the time, and What's-Her-Face, who was the main character on that show, was in Degrassi, and she was a teen mom.
Amityville Horror.
I heard it's different than the show.
Really?
Or the movie. Actually, no. I was thinking of Haunting of Hill House.
Oh.
And actually, I was thinking the original Amityville Horror. The one that was made in like the 80s. I've seen that one. It's okay. It reminds me a lot of The Conjuring, but that's because both of those things were investigated by the same couple.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge, like, watching horror fan, but we did watch, we watched The Conjuring and I fell asleep.
Yeah. I like horror movies.
Now we're just getting into, like...
Just anything.
Anything.
This is the first time we've actually had wine and actually gotten tipsy during one of these.
Yes, but we had some Oreos, but have not eaten in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't drank in a while. Do you remember The Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen with Lindsay Lohan?
I never watched that movie. I know.
Okay, So I guess we should finish this one out since it's probably going to be the longest episode of me staring at my phone. I'm gonna edit this tomorrow and be like, what are some books that you think you want to see adapted? You said Ninth House.
Ninth House I would love to see as a movie. Like, I would love that. I think it would be a really great aesthetic. They could do, like, they could pull a Twilight and put a filter over the whole thing. I think that would be great.
Well, that's like, okay, I will say what I didn't like about the first Hunger Games that I think turned me off from the rest of them
Shaky cam?
Shaky cam.
Shaky cam.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
My eyes already are terrible.
Yeah.
And
oh
I
my
get
god.
migraines, and that did not help.
Talk about bad adaptations. The fucking Hobbit movies.
I mean,
The Hobbit is a children's novel.
Daisy Jones is coming up soon.
Yes, they're making Daisy Jones into a TV show. They're also making... Reese Witherspoon bought the rights to Where the Crawdads Sing, which you didn't read, but I read. And
Big
I loved.
Eyes. Haven't seen it. Have it in my drawer right behind where my
Honestly,
camera is.
I trust Reese.
I do trust her. But I wanted to mention, I remembered now, later, that I wanted to talk about Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
The Emmy nominated. I know at least they were nominated. I don't know if they won.
All I know is, like, I feel like that was a really good, like, popular adaptation that everybody knew was a book. You know what I mean? Like, I heard everybody was talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at my Goodreads to see what books I've read recently.
I know, that's what I'm looking at, too.
I would be excited to see you know what?
Black Dagger Brotherhood. Can I please, is it too much?
Just get HBO. Please, HBO.
I need
If you want another vampire series, we have
men.
the content for you.
J.R. Ward, we are your agents. I feel like I would be okay with anything Megan March being adapted. They're very saucy.
They're extremely saucy. Let's see. Okay, the thing is, I'm torn about Where the Crawdads Sing being adapted because it's not a story that I would choose to watch or read by myself. Like, I read Where the Crawdads Sings prompted by a book club at work. Like, I would not have picked it. So I'm worried that if I see, like a trailer for the movie, I'll only be excited because I liked the book, not because it's actually a story that I want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that made really, like, that much sense.
I think The Beautiful would be... Look at all the reviews. I have words like, scream. What do I...
They're making Red, White, and Royal Blue, like, on Amazon.
Really?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love that book. Let's see. Has
Ruth Ware had anything adapted?
I think she's probably sold the rights to maybe The Death of Mrs. Westaway or something like that.
I think I'd like to see something
by Ruth Ware.
Not a romance.
Let's see.
Technically, You Started It was so cute.
Yeah. Is that the tweet one or the text one?
It was the text one. I think that would make a really cute movie.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to do... Wolf Song?
I don't know if that would... I mean, that might be a TV show.
It would be a good TV. I'm thinking anything.
I'm thinking movie series Cat and Bones books. Because each book is so self-contained.
They are.
They're really, really episodic. That honestly, if somebody made, like, there's 7 books. Or there's 7 books. If somebody made a mini-series, there's just 7 episodes. Each episode is like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the whole series. Right there. You're good. You're done, but it's great.
I think anything Gail Carriger I would take.
Who?
Gail Carriger. She's the, like... I guess this would have been early book 2. Very steampunk.
Oh, they're making The Woman in the Window into a movie with
Amy Adams.
That book sucked.
Sad.
Unfortunately. But I do think that will be better as a movie.
I feel like Lock Every Door, while being a terrible book, could be a good movie.
Yeah. Is that the hotel one?
Yes. Hated it.
Oh, I'm sorry you hated it.
It was bad.
Don't remember.
They're doing...
Oh, I think The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
I didn't like the ending, though. And they
can change the ending.
They did something like that with the, like, Everyday books by David Levithan, where he's, like, in a different person every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd be interesting. The other Leigh Bardugo books that are going to be a TV series.
Oh, Shadow and Bone.
Shadow and Bone.
I
I was
need to read
trying,
those.
like,
6 of Crows.
to throw it
Yeah.
Out.
I gotta be honest. Hollywood, don't be a coward. Make the gender swapped Twilight book into a movie. I'm waiting. Like, it'll be great. It'll be exactly the same. Use the same script. Use the same music. Just swap the gender. No changes, please. Same actors for the two people who stay the same, which are Charlie and Renee.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Do you see they were gonna like remake The Princess Bride, and everybody on the internet was like, please, for the love of God. Oh, Middle Game by Shawnee McGuire.
I haven't read it.
That'd be a
it's
cool.
on my.
That
it's
would
on
be
my loans
a
right now.
cool as fuck movie for sure.
I haven't finished the Foxhole Court books, but I feel like that could be a fun movie series of some sort. Wait, where's the Song of Achilles movie? Stop
Playing with me.
Where's my movie?
That would be a great mini-series TV show. 10 episodes. Oh my god.
Stop keeping
I'm sorry, it's
my
an accident.
stuff.
I was trying to think. I remembered that there would be. I remembered specifically writing a review last year that this would be a better movie than a book. Figured out what book it was. The Night Circus.
I did see that. Right there.
Yeah.
Here's mine.
I definitely think The Night Circus is beautiful in description. My problem was the way the story was pieced together. It's one of those like multiple timelines kind of converging kind of situations. I don't think it was really 100% successfully delivered on. I'm really talking a lot right now, I feel like. Anyway, I think it would be a good movie. Like, but you know what? Even though I didn't like The Night Circus, I still gave it 3 stars.
That's true.
And I still really want to read her second book, The Starless Sea. I think that sounds really fucking cool. I'm a fake.
Fake. The Wayward Children series by Shawnee McGuire, I think would be interesting.
I don't know why I don't have any interest in those.
They're very short.
I want to read Into the Drowning Deep, which is by Mira Grant, which is Shawnee McGuire's pen name.
Oh, the Children of Blenbone are supposed to be getting something. I didn't really like the book.
Oh, I've been thinking about maybe I should read it.
It was just a lot.
Honestly, they should make the Mountain Trilogy by Megan Marsh into a TV show. I'd watch that. Okay, we're gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time when we talk about Credence.
Read Credence.
Yes, read Credence.
And be on my side.
We're gonna have a lot of, not really debate, more discussion.
Be on my side.
Or my side.
Team A or Team B.
Why do you have to be Team A?
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't.
You're right, I shouldn't have assumed. You're right. Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye!